Yeah, salute everyone. What's good? Salute. Knicks Real Talk pregame. Knicks about to tango on the City of the Angels. Knicks versus the Los Angeles Clippers tonight, man, in LA, man, at the Staples Center, 10 o'clock game. You're going to go down there and get it popping and everything, man. You're going to get it popping. I got my man, Shop Powers, in the building. Shop Powers was good, fam.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. We ain't here tonight. Knicks got a game tonight in LA. Like I said, man, we're going to go down there and try to get a win somehow. Almost had one the other night. We let us slip away. Missed free throw. Julius Randle's just, ejection hurt us pretty bad. But man, we had a chance to steal again the other night, man, to get one win, but we just couldn't get it popping, man. I was disappointed in the way, Mitchell Robinson had a monster game, but it just 1 point too short, man. Unbelievable, man. I was like, man, where they was playing hard. I like the way they played. But the young guy got a chance to get some burn. I didn't like a couple of moves Thibodeau made with the Cam Reddish situation with Evan Fournier with about 4 minutes left. I think that turned the game around. Soon Evan Fournier came in, he got beat going down the lane. They scored a basket on us. The defense wasn't there, man. So I think overall that was a bad move, man. Salute to my man Kev Cornerstone. Kev, what's the deal? Cornerstone, salute, brother. I already know it is. My man got the pie couple down there. Him and my man Sergeant G, man, in the building. Salute, Kev. Thank you for coming in, brother. Appreciate it.
Word up.
Yeah, man. But real talk. Other than that, man, it was just a tale of two halves, man. The Knicks played because they scrapped, they fought. Young guy got a lot of burn, but there's Julius Randle, like I said, Shot Powers, him getting ejected from that game, took a big toll on what we did, man. And I just was disappointed in that. But overall, man, we got to live to fight another day. Mitchell Robinson monster game. Mitchell Robinson monster game, man. 17-15. They better sign that boy. Quit playing. Go ahead and give Mitch his money. Quit playing because I think he did good. Shot how he did a great game, man, against DeAndre Ayton too. And notice when he played DeAndre Ayton, he always had a good game against him. So either they can say that Julius Randle don't go up against good centers and do his thing he did the other night, unless they think DeAndre Ayton not that good. But overall, I think he played a good game, man. He was the reason why we was in that game. I really believe Mitchell Robinson really was the one came to the forefront the other day. So we gotta live to fight another day, man. Try to go in LA tonight and try to get a win, man. I know everybody ready to let these losses pile up so we can get these high draft picks, but I just want to see the team win, man. Just keep let these young guys develop and win and get some experience, man. And don't get that loser mentality. We don't want that. We just want to keep fighting Shop House. And I think if we go out there tonight and have a good game, it'll look good for them young guys for sure.
Yeah, tonight is once again is another hard game. And, we say this about the Knicks for the last umpteen times on the cast right now. But, they just got to come out with a little bit of pace, man. Like I said, I always got confidence that the Knicks going to win. They beat this team already this year. We got some players out at this time, but we should go out there and try to play to win every night, you know what I mean? And you can't talk too much about Mitch, man, unless they sign him, man. Mitch is doing what he needs to do, man. And one thing that I did notice about Ayton, he didn't play that well, and I think that was hints of not having his point guard there to facilitate for him. I think he plays a little bit better with Paul when he plays with Paul, not Paul. What's my guy's name? Anyway, when he plays better with him
Chris
and
Paul.
Chris Paul. I was right. All right, I thought I was bugging out. Chris Paul and he didn't play that well without that Chris Paul emphasis out on the court that night. So I'm glad Mitch came out there and dominated, man. Sign Mitch, give him something to make him want to stay here because by the end of this year, a lot of these guys on this team probably won't be there next year.
Yep. Yeah, Kev. It did give us false hope, man. We thought we were on something at the beginning of the season. I agree with you. Things happened through the course of the season and made it even look a little worse, man. But I think the tip situation, I guess, is going to work itself out with the front office in the off season. We're going to see what they're going to do. If we're going to be part of this thing next year, I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll get into that later on in the contest. But here, let me go over the starting lineups and everything right quick, man. We'll break all that down before we can get into it. For the New York Knicks tonight. Same starting lineup as projected. We got Alex Burks, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson at the center spot. For the Los Angeles Clippers, we have Reggie Jackson, Tanzan, Marcus Morris Sr. We got Nicholas Batum and Zubac going to be there. injury report for everybody real quick, man. Quentin Grimes is out. You already know what that situation is. Derrick Rose is out. Obi Toppin is out. Lucas Hamilton is out two-way G League, and Kemba Walker out for the remainder of the season, not with team. And on another note, Nerlens Noel will be out. Todd Gibson will be out, and Obi Toppin going to be out. So you should see a lot of play from Reddish and all these guys today, man. We got all our front lines pretty much out of it tonight. Then you got Kawhi Leonard, obviously, you know that's out. Paul George is out. Jason Peterson and foot recovery, and as well you have Norman Powell who out foot fracture. When he got there, he got injured. So that's pretty much the starting lineup and injury reports down for everything, and then that's that. So yeah, man, I do think that yeah, absolutely. He better win in LA, man. I love to see that. We need that. We really need that. My man, Laker fan for life, salute. Kev said his substitutions are very such that they are, Kev. That's pretty much been his problem all year. It's his substitution patterns. I didn't like the one he did the other day with 4 minutes left. Like I said, with that Cam Reddish, taking Cam Reddish out and putting Fournier in was the wrong move. Cam Reddish was playing good. The defense was solid. And soon he put that Fournier back in. It just went to a turnstile. So yeah, I agree with you on that one, Kev. It's been very suspect this year, man. And I think a lot of people agree with you 100% on that. But yeah, you know what, Sharp Howard, for the most part, it's just been tough, man, watching the way our team is playing, man. I thought we was better than this week, and I think, like I said, a lot plays into it. But I still think that we don't see the grit and the grind like we used to seeing. So hopefully tonight, with a lot of the veterans out, like Noel is out, Todd Gibson is out, Obi is out. So you're going to see Cam Reddish get a lot of burns tonight. I think you're going to see McBride get a lot of burn, and I just hope that he let these guys play the game, man, and try to get us some good pace to the game. Give us some hustle, some grind, and see how it goes. I do think that it's that time anyway.
Yeah, it's time to just open up the roster, let you see what you got had. And tonight is the night that he has no choice. So hopefully we'll get out there. There was a lot of things out there about how Deuce played the other night and stuff like that. And Deuce hasn't really been on the court. He really doesn't know the schemes of the game. It's not like he's playing in the G League and everything is pretty much kind of running through him. When he comes out on the court, the ball runs through RJ, the ball runs through Randall. Who a majority of the time, I'm not even sure if those guys are on the court with him. So he's still in a little in awe a little bit. He's more doing that scheme that they do when they do the weave at the top, and he stands out on the wing waiting for the ball, and they're just not getting it to him. We seen the other night when he did get an open three-pointer when he was on the wing, he knocked it down. So if you could give him more shots like that, I think he can make more shots. Excuse me. So I mean, let's see what happens, man. Tonight's going to be some helter-skelter lineups out there, and we're gonna have to run through it and see what happens.
Yeah. I gotta give Ty Lue his credit. LA, they like 3 games over 500, man. Decimated their team. Then Ty Lue been keeping them guys above water, man. Gotta give him his flowers, man. Ty Lue been coaching the mess out of LA Clippers this year, man. They've been decimated with injuries, man. And he still got them guys competing, man. So it's gonna be a tough game tonight for sure because Ty Lue is one of the better coaches in the association. The guy, championship coach, won a ring, but he just won an all-around good coach. So, you can't take them lightly tonight. But it's going to be an interesting game tonight, man. I want to see how Mitchell Robinson do a thing against Zubac. Zubac is he's a tough dude. He throw that body around, pretty skillful and everything like that. So I do want to see how Mitchell Robinson and Zubac going to go down tonight. And then Marcus Morris, Marcus Morris, I want to show that he was once a Knick. So. He's gonna have that fire in him to play tonight because the Knicks let him go, traded him and things of that nature. But so they're gonna be interested to see how he come up tonight. But Reggie Jackson's a handful. He's a handful. He's another guy that's savvy veteran who can play ball, man. He's gonna be interested to see how he get down tonight. I didn't like that as well, Kevin. I don't think that they did enough passing. I think that had a lot to do with him starting with Quickly, though. I think they shouldn't have put him and Quickly in there together. Let Deuce McBride be the point guard, put Quickly to the off guard, or put Quickly in the starting line and let Alex Burks be in the second unit. But if you're going to put Deuce McBride in there, I think he do got to play that play that point guard position and man that. You know what I mean? But yeah, tonight gonna be an interesting game, man. I want to win. You know, I know people want to lose to get the better record, but I want to win. And I hope we go out there tonight, shot power, to play the same way we played the other night. If Julius Randle wouldn't have got suspended, and I think that game might have been out of the tape. I just think that was a bad look on Julius Randle to let his emotions get the best of him. And what my man did wasn't even that serious anyway. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, just two people battling. But I get it though, frustration. You're trying to get some fire under the team, the energy, and it just he got the best of him because he shoved the rest. So that wasn't good for him. Yeah, but like I said, he got to keep on moving, man. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully tonight he have his composure. He poised tonight to go out there and play and see how it goes.
Randall just went just a little overboard that game, man. He should have known better than to do what he did. And yes, I understand that in the heat of the moment and stuff like that. But you also got to look at it like this. You are the leader of the team. You are the leader of the Knicks this year, man. And for you to do that, especially with the game you was having, he had like 25 points when he got ejected. And then he went at the guy. Then he went extra to go after the guy. And you know what made it even worse that he got ejected from the game? The man that he was playing defense against was the guy who won the shot that won in the game that night. So I mean, he has, there's a lot of things that the Knicks have a decision to do for this offseason. And, there's a whole lot of things thrown out there about Randall, and I know the talks about Randall is really going to heat up in this offseason this year because of how he played the game this year. Not the game on the court per se, not his scoring, not his rebounding, not his assists, but his attitude and the way he goes about things. So let's see what happens in the offseason with Randall. I know he's going to get out there today. He got lucky too, man, because I thought he was going to get suspended for the game. But I think they hit him with like a $50,000 fine or something like that.
Correct.
Something like that, right? So, luckily, I'm glad that he didn't get suspended for the game because we're really going to need him tonight to really get out there and play some ball tonight. So I hope that he sees what happens. He has to have a little restraint, a little bit, and get his head in the game and not as hard on the shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's about time now in the season. You asked me that I think if we lose tonight, I do think it's pretty much a wrap to me. That's my opinion. I think it's a wrap, and I think you just go full youth mode. You could play Fournier and them guys, you could play Burson, but they should be getting minimum minutes. You should just let these young guys Cam, because you're gonna have to make the decision on Cam anyway. So best to let him get all the minutes he can get, so you can give him the 19 game to judge him whether he's gonna be that guy that you want to sign or not, or we're gonna move on from. But I do think the Knicks should keep him. I like what that young man got going on with him, man. I really do. So I'm hoping that the Knicks get and give Cam Reddish a good deal, something to keep him here. I think him, RJ, and maybe another piece, another point guard, it work out fine whether you keep Randall or not. But I do think you need to sign Mitch. I think you need to sign Cam Reddish. And then them two main dudes right there. I think Cam Reddish and Mitch should be obvious to me. I mean, that you keep them two guys, and then you work with everything else. A lot of everybody else. I think we move on from a lot of the guys that we drafted, or not we drafted, that we brought inside this year. You move on from them, and then you get ready to bring some other pieces in here that's going to fit what we got, man. I just think we missed it on this year's free agency to me a little bit. Because of injuries, because of fit. I just think we missed out on it. So I'm really ready to see the guys go change this thing up, switch it up. Most likely we're gonna wind up getting a good draft pick if we keep it. You know what I mean? Shop Powell to be, if we keep the draft pick, we get a good draft pick. Most likely it got to be, but at the same time, I don't want it to be another top 8 pick, another 8 pick. You know what I mean? We wanted, other than Artie, that the last good high pick that we had. But the one thing about the lottery now, with the way they made the lottery system, you never know. You can, even though you might be slotted at the 8 pick, don't mean you can't get the first pick. Hypothetically. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want us to try to compete and win. And for me, real quick, Kevin, I haven't seen too many guys, but I do like Davis. Davis looks good. he really looks good to me. And a couple of guys from Duke look good. That I can't pronounce his name. But he's nice too, though. So I haven't really had a chance to study all of them, Kevin. But I will get down to that in a minute because it looks like we're gonna be going that way anyway. So I really will finally get there. Salute, man, child, my brother. Salute to you as well. But for
I,
tonight, man, I want to see it. Go ahead, bro.
oh no, nothing major. Just to chat right back on. I don't think we take the pick this year. I think the pick that we get this year, depending on where it lands, may be a trade chip for somebody. I think that I'm hoping that we get from the seventh pick that we get somewhere in the top 3 or 4, something like that, because that pick that we would get uh, put together with maybe 1 or 2 guys could probably get us a big fish. I think a team that's got one guy on the team that they really, they're not sure of, or it's a whole lot of the Knicks got a lot of things that they got to do this year. But I think the pick is going to be part. I don't think we're going to take the pick. I don't think we're going to use the pick, and I think we're going to trade that pick with somebody or to get somebody here. You hear,
Yeah,
Divine?
yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I was reading Manchild's tweet. Yeah, and Manchild, you're 100% right, brother. I never thought it myself. So, it's crazy. And Jabari Smith from
That's
Auburn
true.
does look good. Cash out, that boy is a real deal right there. So, and Kev, who you looking at? Who you would like to see to get cornerstone? Who you thinking that the Knicks should draft, jump up and get out of there, man? Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts is, and I put them up there. But yeah, Jabari Smith is a handful. The kid from Gonzaga is a handful. So you got some guys out there, man. I really hate talking about this lottery stuff, man. Cause I want to talk playoffs. You know what I mean? I'm really truly disappointed that our boys ain't gonna be in this playoffs this year after that beautiful season we had last year. To see us go the other way, man, is just so disappointing, man. It really is, bro. It's like, man, I know a lot of things went on in the course of the season. Coming out the gate, Ronald Noel, Kemba Walker didn't work out, Fournier didn't get it popping. It was just so many things, and then with the young guys not getting the developed they want to, I just thought it was tough. I got you, Kev. I mean, I think a lot of people on that side where you at too, man. It's like almost a 50-50 thing. Matter of fact, I think it might be more. No, even 50-50. I think it's like 60-40. 40% probably want Tibbs back. 60 probably want him going. So we had to see what the Knicks front office is going to do with that, man. And they're gonna bring Tibbs back, and it's so disappointing because he coached a mess out this team last year, man. But I think without the right players bringing in, like I said, Kemba Walker wasn't the fit for us. Alfred Payton made a big difference in what we do, man. So I think it's crazy that we brought him in and didn't pan out, and then before they just didn't pan out defensively. Defense rating ain't good as well as last year. Would you trade Randall Burks to get Jabari Smith? That's a good question right there, cash out. It all depends what you're looking at. A lot of money there. Randall's is a max player, at least not a max, but he getting 20-something million a year. Burks got aspiring to that's $30 million. So you're gonna have to find a way to bring back $30 million in salary, or at least 20 million. I think the top 10 pick might get like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million, whatever. So you got to either find a way, whatever team you trade with, is to bring Randall's contract, get somebody to fit Randall's contract, basically. Yeah, that's him, my man child right there. Boncharo, that boy, he's tough. He's a tough dude. Yeah, I watched him against my boy, my Tar Heel, gave it to him last night, though, for no pun intended. Well, Coach K's game
Gave
last
it
night.
to
Sorry, but Tar Heels was the real deal last night. Salute,
yeah, gave it
gun on the
to
Tar Heels. But yeah, man, it's just tough, man. It's just tough the situation we in, the rope slipping. We don't win the night shot. Like I said, man, I really believe that this thing is pretty much a wrap because we're gonna be depending on another team to lose, and
yeah.
we.
It's already 19 games. 19 games to the end. We will possibly have to win upwards more of 14 games out of these next 19 games. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's improbable. The way the way the team is playing right now, it looks like they could win a couple of games in a row until it gets down to that fourth quarter.
Yeah,
That fourth quarter's been. I thought it was the first and the third quarter for a long while. I used to say you come on the first quarter, you push the pace. You come on the third quarter, you kill them. so it makes the end of the game a little easier for you. But this fourth quarter, man, they just been my feelings has been deflated. I just been deflated when I see them in the fourth quarter. The other night, it was a dagger. I was like, oh, I think I almost turned my whole table over and everything. I was, oh man, it was. But at any rate, man, they just got to get out there and win. A win would change everything. In these next four games that they got is, could possibly
Mhm.
be some winning games. These next four games are not well, three out of the four games is not, not hard. Some teams that we could probably put up some good effort against and get a win.
Mhm.
So I mean, the time is now, man. The time is now.
Yeah, they definitely have to win the next two, like tonight and the one against Sacramento.
Yeah.
They and for all those who was thinking that De'Aaron Fox wasn't the real deal, they better lighten it up over there um, in Sacramento. So
Hmm.
we definitely got to win the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I would cash out, no question, no question. Jabari Smith is he gonna be nice. He's the prototypical NBA power dude, man. He can get down. So y'all watch
Yeah.
out for Jabari Smith. He's gonna be.
This season is a whole lot of power forwards and big men in here. It's not many point guards. I think it's like in a maybe like some of the projections I see top 10. It's only like one or two point guards, maybe three point guards. Majority of these guys are small forward and power forward. So I mean, if we were ready to get off of Julius Randle, this would be a perfect the perfect time to pick up a power forward right now, or some type of forward on that wing.
Hmm.
Mm, forward to the draft.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, peace. It's all about the draft right now. I understand what people are talking about and stuff like that. I mean, we right now we're closer to like the eighth spot right now. However, the lottery balls fall or whatever. If we move into the fourth pick, I mean, maybe they might keep the pick. But if we move to the sixth pick, I think we're gonna move that pick with somebody.
Mm,
I think it's more appeasing if we get into the top four and we move that pick to try to put up somebody with them and get a point guard, man. I really do, man. I see teams that would take that first round pick if it's a number four, and it's a couple of teams out there. So I think that pick is going to be used to be moved. I don't think we're going
mm.
to take that play, especially if Tibbs is here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I think anything lower than top four, it's a possible chance it won't be here. I really believe. I
Yep.
think anything lower than the top four, unless my man Walt Parent do what he did last year, pull another Grimes out of this joint. You know what I mean? And it doesn't send. But it's some. I think the first top five, the 5, 6 picks probably be that would be the draft to me. Everything else is probably suspect.
Yeah, everybody else is hitting the win.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think we stay solid at four, man, child. If we anything five and up, I think the Knicks will keep.
Yeah.
They keep anything top five and up. I think that would make sense. But it's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing all season. I think you got the Randall situation you got to deal with. I think you're going to have the Fournier situation you got to deal with, the Burks, the Noel, the Kemba, the Derrick Rose. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of shuffling, man. I just really believe it's going to be a lot of shuffling going on. And I think the Knicks going to be, I think they're going to really be a busy offseason from a trade to get the move for free up money, get a free agent, and plus you got draft picks. We got a good situation. We got a lot of draft capital. So let's see how they're going to go. I think they're going to wheel and deal. I don't think they're going to stand pat coming into next year. You will not see this team in New York next year. One way or the
Mm-mm.
other, whether they go youth rebuild or even they
Like
bring.
five of these players is gone.
Yeah, I think I would say 5 or 6 of these players on this
Yeah,
roster will be
five
here
or
next
six
year.
of them.
Yeah.
I already see deals ready for Fournier. I see deals ready for Fournier. I see a deal ready for Randall. So, right, actually, Fournier can fall into two deals. So, the Spurs or the Mavericks. So he still got a stitch on his like 3 more years or so, 2 more years or something like that. So somebody could come in on that deal and finish that $19 million that we really need.
Mm-hmm. Wise, Wise, that free throw killed me, bro. That broke my heart, bro. That free throw right there, man. I was disappointed, and you could see the look on our Nick face when they went down court. They all were
Oh,
standing.
they're always heartbroken, man.
Oh my God,
All
that
of them. Everybody looked like a little kid out there. They was heartbroken, man. They was like,
mm,
oh, they was rubbing their head, pulling their shirts over their face. They was heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I was deflated.
me too, man. Me too.
Oof.
Me too, bro. I'm down here on vacation. I'm like, hey, I got all the good beach weather, everything, and that loss killed it, bro.
Man, I was
That
I
was.
just
Mm.
they
I
just
think I
got
think
right
that
there.
foul tech, and I think what really killed me too was when he took Cam Reddish out for Fournier. I'm like,
Yeah.
Ted, what were you thinking?
Yeah, that little couple of what was it, like 3-4 minutes he took him out. That I mean it was at it's about four was it 6 minutes left and he took him out for like two. But he put him right back in. But that hurt it, man, when he took him out, man, because that boy that Fournier was there and he went right to the hoop and that scored it. And that
Yeah,
that's like
man.
broke the back right there, man.
Yeah. That
Ugh.
was one of the moves that was one of Ted's worst moves to me this year. I kid you not. You don't take Cam Reddish out the way he was playing. His
Nah,
defense.
man. And Cam had just finished driving to the hole making a layup, man. You don't why that's the only man on the team that aside from RJ that was out there that could really take the ball to the hole and go up with either hand and get you a bucket or go to the line and probably hit two free throws. It's a pretty good free throw shoot shot. He's long and lanky, man. When he goes to the hole, he really gets up, man. So that was a bad decision by Tibbs all the way for
It
me
was.
too.
Yeah, real was, man. I was like, you can't do that, and that's now we understand why a lot of brothers and sisters always, say, man, that how he catered to them veterans. That was a cater
Yeah.
to a veteran move. That was a cater to the veteran moves. You do not take that young man out that game, bro. And I think that if you ask me, the Knicks better move on from Fournier and sign Cam Reddish. Make sure that man get his money next year for the Knicks. Him and Mitchell Robinson need to be signed for the Knicks next year. And then I think you them the two to me, them two major signings for the Knicks next year to me, is Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish. Obviously, we got to extend RJ sooner or later, but that year. But I think Cam Reddish and Mitchell Robinson should be the next priority that's coming out of the next season. I mean, you got to do that, man. That young man, he gonna be special, bro.
Yeah, if they got the money to do it with right now, man, only thing they got to do is move some contracts in order to sign Mitchell and to sign Reddish. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
like moving a D Rose contract and Evan Fournier contract, or even if you don't want to say Evan Fournier, you could also say a Burks and a Noel, $20 million, something like that. That'll get those guys a contract for the year. I mean, for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what I think they do, I think Evan Fournier's contract becomes um, RJ Barrett's extension and a little
Yep.
more, obviously. So you remove Fournier, let Fournier's contract and maybe Bird's contract, let that become RJ Barrett's extension. And Kimball Walker's contract and Nerlens Noel can be part of Cam Reddish deal. And then you just got to fill in the pieces with some, unless you're going to move Randall, which I'm not sure if they're going to do it or not. But the right could be on the wall for him as too, man. But they definitely got to bring that young man back, though. I just think that young man, he got game, man. I love to see that cat take over that small forward spot in New York next year.
That would be the move to make right there. Get him in a small forward position and re-sign Mitchell Robinson. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think you I'll say it and I'll say it again. I think as long as Mitch has been on the New York Knicks. Do you know what Mitch has not had? A bona fide facilitating point guard. Mitch has been here 4 years, man.
Right.
we got this guy. This is our homegrown person that we brung here. And all 4 years we talk about point guards. We haven't had a true point guard to really help facilitate Mitchell Robinson moves to the basket, to help him get in position where he can take that jump hook that he looks for, take a power slam, something like that, and facilitate the ball to him as alley oops instead of offensive rebounds. So that's one thing that I think that I hope they keep Mitch, but if they keep Mitch, I hope they get a premier point guard that can really, so you can really see and see how the point guard can facilitate for Mitchell Robinson. That's what Mitchell Robinson really needs, is a point guard. This whole team needs a point guard, man. It's no joke.
Yeah, that got to be priority. I did hear, like I said, I did hear that news out there. Somebody talk about a Randall, Cam Reddish, and quickly for Donovan Mitchell. I have no problem with that. You can keep Cam Reddish out that deal. If you can keep Cam Reddish out that deal, I'll take that Donovan Mitchell deal. You know what I mean? I really would. Because his contract becomes just around about what Julius Randle is anyway, because he had a 5-year max. He got a year off the books now. So his contract could kind of be right around what Julius Randle contract would be, his new contract. And you're throwing Quickly's deal because you're going to have to stand quickly and decide you're going to keep Quickly sooner or later. But if you could get down to Mitchell and for Randall, Emmanuel Quickly, and whoever else, I'd do it. I would. I do it.
I'll jump on it too. I'll jump on that real quick.
Mike Lugo said, "Who's the point guard?" Obviously, the ones I want. I don't think they because it's doable. Because you know me, I'm Devontae Murray all day. I don't know, man. You know, it's either you're gonna go through. See, the thing is, what's crazy is if you go to why go on the point, why go on the draft and get a point guard unless you don't think Deuce McBride or Roka's gonna beat them guys. But I don't think they're going in for rebuild mode. I just don't think the Knicks are gonna do that. I don't think they're going for full rebuild mode. So it's hard to say who that point guard that they would get. But I do believe that if you can pull off that Donovan Mitchell trade for Julius Randle, I don't have no problem with that. And it's not so much about Julius Randle game. I think he's starting to wear thin in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's starting to wear out his welcome in New York. I think he's starting to lose that fanfare in New York. Like I said, I mean, you know, and so, but if you could pull that off, then you're talking about a core: R.J. Barrett, Donovan Mitchell, Cam Reddish, and Mitchell Robinson. Quentin Grimes is there. You know, you got a young nucleus there that's crazy, and everything is timeline. Donovan Mitchell and R.J. Barrett, that'd be crazy, bro. And then you got Cam there. Ooh, imagine R.J. at one, Mitchell at two. Absolutely, you ain't kidding. That's it right there, man. That is it right there, bro. That's a nice team right there, Fabian. That's what I'm talking about right there. I do think that that RJ could play the one. I really believe that. Yeah, that's athleticism man speed. You kidding? You ain't never lied. Dame might still be available. That's another option. Yeah, absolutely. That you know what? And I think a lot wide. I think that's real doable for this. By them doing what they did, moving away from Norman Powell, moving away from C.J. McCollum, you know, then you got my man Anthony Simon out. He gonna keep Damian Lillard and Poole. I don't know. You know what? Hey, Mike Lugo, I think if the Utah Jazz don't get to the finals, I think he's gonna force his way up out of there. I think if they don't get to the finals, I think he forces his way up out of there. And then I'm gonna tell you what about the Knicks I would do. Julie, and even look at Evan Fournier. Fournier's a Frenchman. Him and Rudy Gobert got a good rapport. You know what I mean? They're both French natural players. They got a good rapport. You know, try to work out a deal with Julius and Fournier and throw him a couple of picks and get him over here. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be interesting for me. Dame doesn't match the timeline, but I would keep it. I mean, I would, because I think one thing about that's what the Knicks is missing right there. One thing, reason why I say is about Damian Lillard. The Knicks don't have a sharp power. They don't have a guy like Damian Lillard who no matter what situation, he ain't scared with the ball in his hand. RJ getting there. But you need somebody who, and even in the toughest situation, Damian Lillard gonna get a bucket. He a closer. He got that in him. So that'd be interesting, man. To really would to see if Mitchell was the first round. Ask for a trade. I see that coming, man. If them cats don't get to the finals, he out. They out. He out.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting summer, man, because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of things out there, a lot of names going to be thrown around. The Randall trade is going to come back full force again. One of my picks. I would love to see Dame in New York. I really would, and I would love to see Mitchell in New York. That would be such a dynamic backcourt. But do I think that we make the move to get those guys? I'm not 100% sure. And I mean, I mean, I like Murray, and I'm hoping that we can get Fournier and that first round pick that we have this year. If it's top four, we offer them that first round pick and Fournier for Mitch. I mean for DeAndre Murray. That would be a nice fit right there for me. That would really make the Knicks something popping. Or I could also see Fournier being a swap pick for a sign and trade or however they work it out to go to the Mavericks to get Brunson over here too. If Brunson's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna, if they want to do like a sign and trade or something like that, because we could offer Brunson 14, $15 million, off a Fournier contract, give them Fournier and make it like almost an even swap, or let them get we get another man back for him if off second round pick or something like that to make it, 1919 or whatever. However it is, I think Fournier has to be one of the guys that we get rid of to make his salary is a big number that can be put with something to get one of these picks.
Mm-hmm.
With Mitchell, he could be part of the Mitchell trade too. If you do like you said, the Fournier and the Randall, you know what I mean. And I'm with any one of those trades.
I think the Donovan Mitchell thing. If you look at numbers, Julius Randle. Let's say I think Julius Randle can be in that tier where Donovan Mitchell is. They both all stars. Randall, he just happened to kind of like a subpar year compared to last year, but I don't think it. I think if you put Randall in that deal, it ain't gonna take that much to get Donovan Mitchell from them. If you put Randall, you might have to give up some picks and a couple of other players. Like I said, they had one out there today where it was Donovan Mitchell for Julius Randle, Cam Reddish, and quickly, and probably you got to throw some picks in there. But I think if you could take Cam Reddish out of that equation,
Yeah,
man,
take him out.
you,
Give him
you
Opie or
go
something, maybe.
yeah, you go do that, man. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like I said, I think Leon Rose and them guys, they gonna do something. They know what they are not gonna be happy with the way this year went. They thought they were looking at a better team this year. They looked like they were gonna get out the first round and go on. It was a disappointing season to say the least. So if anything available out there, just run wide, they gonna look at that. I really believe that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Agent Super Argo. I'm 100% with that, man. That was disappointing right there. I think a lot of moves Ted probably made this year that was a suspect. That was a suspect move. You should have never pulled Cam Reddish out in that fourth quarter, whatever, 4 minutes ago. That was a
yeah.
bad move. That was a bad move.
He Tibbs hasn't built that trust with Reddish yet. I bet
Right.
you he built it now, though. I bet you
Hmm.
that I bet you it's built now.
Yep. Yeah. That's why, like tonight, guys, you got Noel out tonight. You got Todd not ain't gonna play tonight. You got Obi not playing tonight. Cam Reddish better get 30 minutes tonight. Cam Reddish
Yeah,
got to get
facts.
30 minutes tonight. Even he the backup 3 and 4. You got to get that boy 30 minutes tonight. And if we lose tonight, you need to start giving the young boys all the minutes from here forward. Let them get themselves acclimated to this thing, man. Let them get that like McBride It don't matter now. If we out of it, what difference does it make? We're gonna lose games. We're gonna lose. Let's lose games with the young guys gaining some experience. So I'm hoping if we lose tonight, it's gonna be hard to get back in this thing. Go ahead and let's start McBride the rest of the season. Let Cam Reddish start at the 3 the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Kill it. Let them cats come and play, man. That's real talk right there. Let Jericho Sims, play the backup for the rest of the season. Or you know what I mean? If you need us, if you don't want to take a chance, again, on Mitch getting hurt, sit him. Let Jericho Sims play. So so we're gonna see how it goes, man. But I miss a lot of interesting trades out there. And I think the Knicks gonna go out there looking, guys. I don't think they're gonna rest on their laurels this summer. They're gonna they gotta make up for this year. I believe Worldwide West, Leon Rose, Scott Purdy, like, nah, we gotta make up for this, because you know why? They bucket their jobs could be on the line. You know what I mean? Shop hours, you never know, their jobs could be on the line.
Everybody right now could probably be Dolan ain't happy. I remember one of the games that Dolan was at the thing and he left the arena. I know he's not happy with the performance that they're getting right now, and with the players that they put on here. So I believe next year it's no question in my mind, and I'm just saying this as from a fan's point of view, but there should be no question that they are going to get a facilitating point guard this year. There's a couple of guys out there. There's Brunson, the guy from Indiana, that they may be looking at too. He's another big point guard out there. I think we are going to have a bona fide point guard here with a high assist to low turnover ratio here next year. Whoever else is here, I don't know, but I know the number one thing they're going to do, if they got to sell the whole team and rebuild everything, they're going to start with a point guard. And if Tibbs is here, they definitely is going to start with a point guard that Tibbs wants. You know what I mean? I can see McBride coming off next year as being a second the second starter. I mean, the second point guard coming off the bench. But the first point guard is going to be a name that we're going to be like, all right, it sounds like we're in the right direction this year. At least I hope so.
Yep. Hey, Allah Wise, I left your chat if I can answer Allah Wise's question. Allah, I liked it, the technical. I didn't like the ejection. I liked it, the technical, because I thought it was about the fact time he lit some fire under it. We need somebody to light a fire. But when he pushed him and hit the ref, I thought that was unnecessary, because Julius Randle, you got the point across by getting a technical. And I think that we need to see some fire under him. But when he went over the board and hit the ref with him, that was the only part. Well, extra. I didn't have a problem with him getting a technical. Because I thought I think we needed that fight. Now we didn't see a lot of that this year. Somebody on the Knicks get mad and go hard and get upset. We haven't seen that all year long. So I liked it. I liked it, the technical. I didn't like that he went at the Cam Johnson with the unnecessary sector stuff, because it wasn't that serious. It wasn't like Cam Johnson did something to make Julius Randle feel like he put him in a injured situation. It was too battle under the board. He gave him a little shove, no big deal. You shove him back and leave it alone, and then you walk away. But when he went after him and pushed him, I just thought that was over the top, and that goes to his psyche. People talk about Julius Randle's psyche. Now that's all out there now. I didn't have a problem with the technical. I had a problem with the unnecessary stuff after that. He should have held his composure and said, "Okay, let me just walk away, and I get him on the next play when I drop a jewel on him or something. Hit a 3 or hit a 2 or something." But that wasn't a good look. I just thought that when he hit that when he shoved that ref out the way, that was it. He didn't mean to. I don't know if he mean to, but he did it. So
I just thought it was, he went a little bit overboard. And all right, we seen the push in the back. You got up there, you bodied the back up. All right, you are the leader of this team. You are having one of the best games, points wise. I can't get the word out. Statistics. Yeah, thanks. Across the board, 25 points. You was good with your free. Everything was going great with you, and we were dependent. I mean, I don't want to say dependent on your scoring, but you were one of the main leaders of our scoring and you pull this. You know what I mean? And to put the icing on the cake or put the cherry on the top, the same guy that you got ejected for was the guy that killed us and took the game away from us by hitting that 3-pointer. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. With Julius on the court, I don't think um uh we I mean anything could happen. I seen with Julius on the court, we could have still gave up the lead and stuff like that. But the way he was playing, he was hitting that short jumper. He was beating these guys up. You get down on the box. You already had early in the game, you already got down there and broke the guy's ribs and sent him to the sent him to the back already. You should have just took the technical foul, went back down there, hit him right back in the ribs again. You know what I mean? And just ended it like that or something like that. Because with him getting out of the game, we end up losing the game. That was bad for Randall, man. That was bad. I don't talk bad about Randall a lot. He a little kooky and stuff like that. I wasn't even mad at him when he was doing the fingers down and all that stuff. It's part of the game. I done seen some of our greatest New York Knicks do the same thing to the crowd. So that didn't really bother me too much. But him getting ejected out of that game when he was playing the game that he was playing, that really hurt us.
Yeah. Let me to answer Cash Out James' question. Do I want to see Randall in the Knicks jersey next year, or are you done with him? Here's my thing with Randall. Randall was a talent. Let's not kid us. He's a talent. He the man. He put us on his back last year. He ran this. I think that he's wearing out. I think he's wearing thin with the Knicks fan base because he's too. You know what I mean? But if you can get a guy here in New York that can do what Julius Randle do numbers wise, that he might be a point guard. You might have to think about that because it's easy to get guys at the 4th spot than it is to get point guards. You know what I mean? You can get a bona fide 4 guy anywhere. It's hard to get a good point guard. That's why I would have a problem moving on for Julius Randle, not because of who he is and his talent. Is that if you tell me that you can get Devontae Murray for Julius Randle, then you make that move because you can always get a number 4. You can get a taller 4 than Julius Randle. You can get a 6'10" 4. You know what I mean? That could do what Julius Randle do in the center. Julius Randle is a good ball player, man. I'm a fan of Julius Randle. I just think that I don't know how it's gonna keep. Are we as the fan base gonna want to go through the same thing with Julius Randle next year if he makes some turnovers at the crucial time? If you see him slacking on a defense play when he needed to switch up on a guy because of I don't know. It's tough, man. It's a tough spot to be in, and I know right now we're losing, so it makes it seem that way, but I do think that you can salute to my man Chip Lover. Am I right? Yeah, Chip Lover.
Chip Lover, my brother.
All right, salute Chip. I'll pray for man. I thought Randall was a guy. Yeah, me too. I agree with you on that, Chip. Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely. You're right about that. And that's what I mean, man. Is he's an enigma to me right now. You know what I mean? But I do think that if Julius Randle can bring you another a bona fide point guard, you gotta make that move. I just think you gotta make it. For the sake of the Knicks, because I do think one thing that bothers me about Julius Randle is that 6'9" height at the power forward spot, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's going up against them 7-footers down there, man. Just be tough. Every now and then, you got guys 6'11" playing to shoot the power forward in the NBA now. Stretch forward, 6'11", 6'7", I'm the 7 foot. So, but salute my man Frank Matos. It's going to be an interesting offseason, guys. Disappointing season so far. It really was a disappointing year for us, man. We thought we were going to be a whole different team, and it didn't pan out the way it did. So, right now we got a lot of questions that need to be answered. And I think it all starts with the front office all the way down. From the front office, what their decisions are going to be moving forward. Are they going to, move on from Tibbs? Are they going to will and deal to bring some talent in here? Are they just going to take the thing and build it around RJ? I think, like I said, the biggest thing to me is signing Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish. I think you sign Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish, and then everything else you just do what you got to do. Like I said, you might see if Joker Bidas could be that dude. You know what I mean? But I do think we're gonna move forward looking to try to compete. That we got to get a bona fide point guard. Shot Powell, I think that's the first thing.
Yeah, point for me. This whole trade thing and end of the season and the draft pick and all that stuff. I think it's all going to be surrounded with the point guard. Top anything I believe I don't know where we'll rank after the lottery balls are dropped or whatever, but anything this pick that we have this year I think is going to be um something that goes into trading with somebody to get us a point guard. And if we can't get a point guard this year, we're just going to have some of the same stuff that we have going on like we have this year. No point guard, no one to facilitate, no one to take the pressure off of Randall by pushing the ball up that much and stuff like that. So let's start and get a point guard this year, man. Somebody that we could depend on. Somebody that's been in the league, a young veteran, 4, 5, 6 years into the league that still can grow along with the crew that we have right now and take us to that next level because we're not going anywhere if we don't get a point guard. And the point guards that we have right now, aside from Deuce, that we really don't see, are really not going to take us to the promised land.
And likewise, God, what is your feeling on Obi Toppin? Do you think he's gonna be in the Knicks uniform? He only had a 3-year deal. Um, he's another very interesting player for your Knicks. Shot Powers, Obi Toppin, like a lot of wise said. Is it because we don't point guard that he's not doing what he's doing, or do you think that he seemed like he got skills. He got skills. I just don't know why he seemed like he can't put it together like that, man. He's gonna be a very interesting piece. That's gonna be more of a sentimental thing with the fan base because he's from New York, Brooklyn. We want to keep him, or do you think that his business is business, and if he had to get moved in the deal to get somebody better, or do you think if they move Julius Randle and give him an opportunity to start at the four with Cam Reddish, RJ, Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson. What do you think? How would that bode for Obi Toppin?
I think all those things that you mentioned are up on the table for Obi Toppin. I think Obi would be a good piece in a trade piece. I think I don't think Obi. I think with Randall being the dominating power forward on the team, I don't know if Obi really wants to be second fiddle to someone that is that much more than him, knowing that he's not going to get no more than 15 minutes. So he may be either ready to move or if we can move Randall. Now, it all depends on if we move Randall. I mean, there's so many things that you could say, but Obi needs a point guard. The whole team needs a point guard. They need a point guard and they need a secondary point guard. And that's one reason why we see while D Rose has been out, we haven't that second unit has suffered IQ has suffered, Obi has suffered, the whole second unit has suffered because D Rose has been out. So we need a bona fide starter and definitely a second man to back our starter up to keep us going forward. Because without us having a point guard, uh, to start the game off with, we're always going to fall back. We can't go another year with having a point guard such as a Burks or as a Kemba Walker this year. We need someone, not so much per se name wise, but yes, a bigger name than these guys, a younger name than these guys, a guy that can ring some bells in New York City that can come in at the fourth quarter and hit a shot while they're on the line. Could drive to the hoop. They can hit that big shot that we need to get us over the hump and stuff like that. So these guards that we need to have these guards that we need to look for now are going to have to be guards that um, we really need a guard, man. And there's so many ways that we can get a guard this year. There's so many ways that we can contract, get in contact with someone to trade some of our players to get someone that's anywhere from Brunson all the way up until Murray from San Antonio. Somewhere in between there, we got to get a guard that can help us facilitate and push the pace And the best way to do something like that is to get a younger guard that could change this team into change this team from a half court set minded team to a run and gun type of team. You know, get the ball, run up the court, score the ball, get back and play some defense. You back,
Yeah, yeah,
Divine?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry, my computer did something went wrong. I'm on my phone, but I'm about to come right back in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, good. Yeah, man, I'll be right back on my computer in a minute. But yeah, man, I do think that's where we start at. I think we start with a point guard and work that first. And once we work that point guard situation out, I think we'd be good in New York, man.
Yeah, we definitely do need that, man. And I hear you, Frank Matos, man. Fournier is one of the guys that I think right now is a big chip piece for us to make a move. I think Fournier would be a good move to the Mavericks, and I think Fournier would be a good move to San Antonio. And with the guy and for the Mavericks, you know, that's Brunson we're talking about. And Fournier, I think also would be I think Fournier would be a very good move to San Antonio to play that European style of basketball that they play out there. I think Pop is going to be there another year, and I think they could, you know, really use Fournier somehow over there. You know, I'm scheming. They try to get Murray. I'm not even lying. If we move Fournier and that first round pick over to Pop over there and try to get Murray from them, I think they might. I think they might go for that. I think they might take something like that. And I also think Fournier to go to the Mavericks if they do a sign a trade with Brunson. I think we can make that move also, and that could be more of a clean fit piece to fit the lineup without giving up too much. Murray's going to still cost a little bit more, I think, than that first round and Fournier, but you know I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I think Mary, what he got 64 million. I think he got 2 years left on a $64 million deal. I think you can probably get Fournier. You might have to give up a piece and a pick.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if we get that top four pick, man, I think that top four pick is like 12 to 15. It's double digit numbers, top five picks. I think it's like $10 million the first year, something like that. So Fournier is 19 and 10 million. That's 29 million right there. I think maybe another 2 second rounds could get Murray. I want Murray. That's what I want.
let me tell you that if you would have had Devontae Murray on his team with R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish, and Mitchell Robinson.
If we could have had
Mm,
Murray at the start of this year, we'd have probably been in third place right now. So, all right, I'm souped up right now. I don't know about third place, but I think we would have definitely been in the hunt we had been in the hunt. I don't think we would have been in 12th place. I'll tell you that. I
yeah, yeah,
definitely don't think
definitely.
we'd been in 12th place. I don't even think we'd been in 12th place if we'd have had Brunson. Tell you the
Mm-hmm.
honest truth.
If I have been before I played, we started playing Deuce McBride.
That you right about that too. I ain't
I've
even
been in
gonna
the
lie
12th
about
place
that
now.
because
Yep.
I think Deuce McBride reminds me a little bit of Brunson-ish. He's Brunson-ish. You know, he's like a younger version. So excuse me, I wouldn't be mad if we'd have started them too. You were saying that early in the year when we benched Kimba. Let's put in Brunson. I mean, let's put in Deuce. Let's see what Deuce can do. You know what I mean? And we still haven't seen what Deuce can do. Only in the G League. If you watch the G League, you see Deuce get busy. But if you don't watch the G League, you wouldn't know he could play like that. So peace.
Cash, I'll say, if we get a top four pick, would you trade it and not draft with it?
Yep.
It all depends. Cash out. It all depends. I
Who it
mean,
is.
like I said, them four dudes up at the top is pretty special. That's a good question. It all depends who we bringing in. But in order for me to trade that first round in the top four, man, that player we bringing in better be Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard or
I don't know about Dame for that first round pick, but if you'd have said Murray, yeah, I think I could do with Murray.
okay,
I could go with Mitchell too to throw that pick. I don't know if I
yeah,
would
the
do it for
young.
Dame. I don't know if I would do it for Dame. I would love Dame to come here to New York and explode the Garden. I would try to get like season tickets or something like that, or at least go see 5 or 7, 12, 15 games or something like that. But this guy's just coming off this abdomen surgery and stuff like that. He is 32 years old. And every time I say 32 something in basketball, that sounds like it's old. So I would love if we got in order for us to get Lillard, to get Dame here, we would already have to have a team already. We would have to have a team. We would have to have a
Mhm.
power up. Julius would have to stay. Mitchell Robinson would have to stay. RJ would have to stay. And Reddish would have to stay to put to make me think that Dame in 2 years we could probably shoot for a playoff. That I might can stand, but if I'm going long term and thinking 4 or 5 years, I want Murray. I've been wanting Murray all year. That's the guy I want. If my brother listening, he would hate me right now because he loves San Antonio.
Hey, Jarvis, I agree with you 100%, Jarvis. I think I spoke about that earlier. He said, I think the Knicks would get rid of access pieces, contractors all season. In my opinion, they would roster will be better constructed. So I agree with you 100%, my brother. Real talk. I think that's just what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna revamp this thing. They're gonna get rid of these pieces, the Burks of the world, and all these other expiring contracts. They're gonna bring in the pieces they need, and or they're gonna bring in one or two eventually. You got to extend RJ eventually. You're gonna have to give him his extension. So if you're gonna give Mitch his extension, that they're gonna eat up a couple of them guys' contracts. So I think you're right, Jarvis. I'm almost 100% agree with you that it's gonna look different next year. It's gonna be a little different, and I hope it's for the better. I hope it's a lot of two-way guys who can defend pretty well and get back to our identity. What we do best is defend the ball. Get some guys who can knock them down, defend the ball, and that's what we're missing this year. The team wasn't bad. It's just that we gave up too much defense. We just lost our identity, man. What happened to the grit and grind like last year? The Alpha Paytons of the world, the Reggie Bullets. We missed them dudes, man. Because we showed a little bit of that heart the other day, until that fourth quarter when they took out Cam Reddish. But I do think that we need that point guard, like you said, and then move on from a lot of these pieces, though.
Yeah, I feel you, Cash Out. I am right there with you, man. I think Deuce McBride is a guy that we could be. I don't know if he's going to be the starter for us next year, but I can see him coming off the bench and contributing into that second unit that we might need because he's still going to be a sophomore and playing in basketball in the NBA. So I can see him as a big piece coming off the bench for Murray. I want Murray. I just say that because I like Murray a lot, man, and I wish we could get Murray because by the end of this year we'll have about 78 million. If you throw Julius Randle in there, that's like 90, almost $100 million, man. So, there's some things that we could really make some things happen. Burks contract 10 million, Kemba 9 million, Evan 19, Noel 10, Rose 14, Taj 6
Wow.
million.
Mhm.
Julius will be 26 million. I think we got about 8 million in leftover money from some trades and all this other stuff, and Noah's contract. So I mean, we said we got a first round, high, at least an eighth pick in the draft right now. Let's get it done, man. Let's do something.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let's say hypothetically you did get Devontae Murray. This is all just hypotheticals. Devontae Murray, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. All
Hmm.
right, there you go.
A less Obi or whatever, but I do think Quentin Grimes is going to be up in here. I think him and Cam Reddish is a must next year. I think Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish, and Quentin Grimes got to make sure they part of the Knicks next year, moving forward. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
front
Yeah,
office.
yeah, I
I'm
agree with you. I definitely got to see that. Driver said the front office is hearing the chatter and the discontentment on the fan base as well, and is concerned of Dole. And believe me, he changes are coming. I agree with you, man. I agree with
I
you,
mean,
Jarvis.
if I'm not mistaken, I heard something, but that's why the the front office is rolling on the West Coast trip with them or something like that. I forgot where I seen that information. I said, let me just bite you back on that one. I'll let that one go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what I mean. That team right there. Knowing that you put Devontae Murray there, and they knowing that's RJ's team. It ain't gonna be no who's the man. They know it's RJ's team. Um, and you put Devontae Murray with RJ and Quentin Grimes and Cam Reddish and Mitchell Robinson. I'm telling you, like my man to Fabian said, top five, bro. That's shut them down right there. You got cats who can lock you down in the back court. You got cats who can hold it down in the front court. I mean, then then what you do is you bring in the right type of not over the tier veterans, but guys who can come in and just educate the guys.
Mentor, yep, mentor.
I wouldn't even have a
1 year
problem.
deals.
Yep.
Hmm.
Bring them back in there where they can help the young guys, come in the game, relieve them, but make sure the emphasis on them young dudes pushing forward. That'd be a nice team right there. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for the Knicks to revamp next year, not get so older, but get the pieces that fit. But they gotta get strong defensively.
Young
I
veterans.
think this should be this year. I think Mitch should be the starting five.
Yep,
Jericho Sims be the backup five,
yep.
hands down. Let Mitch start five, let Jericho back at the four spot. If you move on from Julius Randle, then it's either going to be Obi or somebody or Cam or somebody. And let's hypothetically say you move on from Obi and Julius Randle, and you got Cam Reddish and Lucas Samanich come up in the backup
Mm.
five, at the backup four. Lucas Samanich playing the stretch four in New York behind Cam Reddish. Still dangerous. Then you go down to the three spot RJ, whoever backs him up. Then you got Quentin Grimes, whoever backs him up. Devontae Murray and my man McBride. I just think that's a nice, talented, and then you still might be able to get whoever you get in the draft. You might could do that as well. Yeah, real talk, Jarvis. I agree with you 100%. They got to make up for this, man. So salute to the chat, man. Y'all cats got it popping up here. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody where you're streaming in from. Appreciate y'all coming tonight. Me and Shaw Powell's holding it down. KJ is not in the building tonight, but he's here in spirit. But yeah, man, I do think that we gonna get a pop up one way or the other, and I have no problem with disappointed I am about the season. I'm not disappointed in the future of the Knicks though. Shy Powell, I might be disappointed about the win and loss this year, but I'm not disappointed in the direction of this franchise. We haven't been in a place like this in a long time. This franchise is in a good place. They just got to utilize it right. They just got to do it right, but they are definitely in a good spot because, like I said, they were smart what they did this year, giving out them short-term deals. If Julius Randle going to be part of it, we'll see. But I do believe this here, though. If you keep Julius Randle, you're going to have to get a point guard in here who he respects.
I
Yo,
mean,
Chip Love, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for the support. Real talk, Chip.
yes,
Thank you,
sir.
man. Yes, sir. Yeah, I do think if you do keep him, keep Julius Randle, you have to get a point guard who he respects. You know what I mean? Like, and that's when the Damian Lillards of the world come in and stuff like that. Where he gonna have to like, listen, I'm the dude. You got to play second fiddle. But I don't think that. See, I'm almost with the emergence of R.J. Barrett. To me, Shy Powers, it just seemed like the Julius Randle thing is not necessary. I think Julius Randle's starting to feel that too.
I believe that it's a possibility that I'm just I don't know if Julius might be here this next year. And another thing I want to throw out about what you said earlier about how looking forward that you're so optimistic, because I'm also optimistic, because right now on our lineup we have 8 guys or so that are under 25 years old. And I mean, I really pushed it by saying 25 because I think I've added Randall in there, and Randall I think is like 26, 27. So, but Mitchell Robinson, Randall, RJ, Grimes, Reddish, IQ, Obi, Sims, and Deuce. All those guys are let's say the Randall's age is 27, 26.
Yeah, about 26, 27.
26. All right, let's say 26. All those guys that I just mentioned are under 26 years old. You know what I mean? And they still have time to learn and elevate their game. Learn some new tidbits. Learn how to do a spin off of a pick. All these things that players every year come back to the season with a couple of new moves to try to execute. And we have some guys that are still able to be taught. And we also have some guys that, like I read off earlier, that are older veterans that can come off the team, like Taj, Rose, Noel, Evan, Kimba, and Burks. Excuse me. So I mean, we got a lot of things that we could do with this young team, man. And they're young veterans right now. Everybody on this team, Mitchell Robinson's been in the league 4 years. Randall's been in the league about 10 years. RJ's going on his 3rd to 4th year. Reddish is also about 3rd to his 4th year. Obi 2 years, IQ 2 years, Sims 2 years. So these guys are, they've been in the league and they should be able to, elevate their game by next year. Next year, Grimes and Deuce should be hungry. I bet you next year Grimes come back and he's going to have a little bit more bulk on his body and a little better handle to drive to the hole. So it's so optimistic. I mean, I stay optimistic about the Knicks because I've been like this with this team since I was 8 years old, 9 years old. So, what can you do, man?
Yeah. Like I said, I think they're in a good situation. I think it's going to be a really interesting off season for us. I'm really excited about what's going on, man. I want to see what the Knicks front office is going to do. They're going to make up for what they to make up for their salute to C. Lee, man. Salute C. Lee.
Yes, sir.
My brother. Yes, sir. Real talk. I'm really interested in seeing what the Knicks going to do in the off season. I'm really. This is going to be a big test for Leon Rose and them. I think this is going to be the make or break right here. This 3rd year, if Leon Rose them don't come out on top this year, I think it's a wrap. I think the experiment is done. But and I like what they did so far. I mean, they did a good thing, man. Like I said, I'm not disappointed in where we going. I'm just disappointed to see that. But just to piggyback off of Esco, when Cam hit that 3-point shot, man, all the air went out the cell, brother.
Deflated.
When he hit that 3-point shot, I was, oh my God. I'm like, that's when I said the season is over. I just felt that way, man. I was like, the season over. Not much as I'm trying to say we can win and stay optimistic, but man, when he hit that 3-point shot with that glass, woo, that was tough. It was tough. But we just got to keep grinding, though, man. We the Knicks, man. It is what it is. We got to keep grinding, keep moving forward, man. I think this team is in this situation. The team is in a good situation going forward next year. It's gonna be a really interesting off season. We love to play in the June. We wanted to play in the June. We thought we were gonna be playing in the June, and then going into the all season right around the corner would be summer league, would be free agency. But obviously it didn't work out so far. But I like to see it go in there and fight and let the young boys play the rest of the season. Let them play it all out, man. Let all them young guys get their burn. Let Deuce McBride play all 19 or how many games left the rest of the season. If they don't play that boy the rest of the season, then I'm going to be very disappointed in that.
Playing 52 minutes, right?
If Cam Reddish don't get 30 minutes tonight with Obi out, Noel, Todd Gibson out, Todd Gibson, and Noel out, Cam Reddish better get 30 minutes tonight at least most of the time at the backup 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
You got and even Deuce McBride. Listen, throw that boy in there. Let him go ahead and get his experience. Let him get. Because after could you imagine what he can do in 19 games? It made that boy probably pop. But by time 19 games is up, he would be feeling so good about himself going into the offseason. Like, man, now I got to play in the NBA for 19 games. I know what it feels like. I know what to expect coming in next year. See, them young guys is hungry. See, that's the difference between the Fourniers and the Randalls and them guys. See, these guys is hungry. They trying to get a spot. So why would you want to play somebody who hungry? Them hungry guys are the ones you got to watch out for, not the ones who already got their money, they laid back, they chilling. Nah, you throw them young guys in there who hungry, man. They're going to fight and scrap and claw. And that's what they did the other night. That's what happened. You notice it happened. That's what happened with the Fournier and the Cam Reddish thing. Cam Reddish hungry. So when you took Cam Reddish out that game with 4:20 left the other day, you took out a hungry ball player for a player who ain't hungry. You know what I mean? I just think that made a big difference. And as soon as that shit happened, man, got burnt a couple of times. I'm like, oh my God, Tibbs, you should have did that. But it is what it is. Shot Powers, man. I think we good though. Much as we want to be disappointed about the season, we got something to look forward to. We
Yeah,
really do.
like I always say, Divine, and you already know, man. I'm a constant optimist about these New York Knicks, man. Even with these 19 games coming on right now, I think they can win all 19. Real talk. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. I think we like we was talking earlier, man. Some of these veterans that start the game, decrease their minutes and increase the guys' minutes that we want to see. And let's end the games with the rookies instead of ending the games with the Randalls and the Fourniers and the Burks. Let's see what we can get off from playing some of these younger guys that are not playing so much of a half court game. These guys grab the ball, they run the ball up the court, they set a play, they set two screens, and they shooting the ball. They get the ball up way quicker. To 19 for 20 seconds, 19 seconds. They're already up, setting up their playing style, setting what play they're gonna run and stuff like that. Instead of coming down with 17 seconds left and trying to slow down the ball and run the half court game. So let's see what happens, man. I think you know tonight will be a different game. I think we'll see a whole bunch of different lineups that we've been screaming for, and release Deuce McBride tonight. Release him.
Yeah. I left Shot Powers. The guard said, I think you're right though. A lot wise, RJ Barrett did kind of low key shoot us out that game because he didn't have it going the other night.
Yeah,
I
he
know he
did.
was he was limping a little bit going back to the sideline too. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the ankle, but you're right, Shot Powers. I'm a lot wise. He did kind of shoot us out that game. And you got to give credit to Mikal Bridges too. Um, Mikal Bridges is a good defender, and I think he made it a little tough on RJ with them long arms of his. So you got to give Mikal Bridges his flowers because he played a good defense game against RJ. He made it hard anyway. But what I love about RJ, he still keep competing, man. He still keep going at it, and you just got to get the free throws together.
Yeah, his shooting percentage was way off. I think it was some astronomical 6 or 7 for like 20 something. So
Hmm.
yeah, he was off. He did score 20 points. His defense was really good out there. He didn't have the best proficiency out there, but he still grabbed about six rebounds. He still had about 5 assists out there. So his game level is changed, and the team is changing uh, with him having the ball in his hand per se of Randall having the ball in his hands. So um, I just think we need a point guard, man. My biggest thing is we need a point guard, and like you said, a lot wise, man, to lose that game, another game that Mitch has
Damn.
dominated the dominated the night, to lose a game that is deflating. I was deflated. I was I was deflated. That's what I'm gonna say right there. I'm gonna stick to that word, because any other word on the cast, I don't want to bring it out there, because that's how I really felt. And I know it wasn't just me. I seen a lot of the a lot of people that I watch, doing the podcast and stuff like that. They all looked like I felt, man. They all looked at this was like another one, like really, like another one like that, man. It hurts, man. So I just hope that the front office this year just get us together and get us a point guard this year. We need a point guard.
And real quick though, Mitchell Robinson gave DeAndre Ayton the business though.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, y'all can talk all that DeAndre Ayton stuff you want. If they talking about giving DeAndre Ayton a max deal, you better get Julius Randle $15 million.
I mean,
If you gonna get listen, Julius Randle get that boy the business, man. I'm trying to tell you now. I was like, he ain't got nothing for Mitch.
I think the Knicks. I mean, you got to start the negotiation, as the bigger business to lowball somebody, and I'm pretty sure Mitch is probably looking, somewhere around, I don't know, 14, $15 million, something like that. There may be a team out there that might offer him maybe 17 million, but I don't think he gets that much money. So I think Mitch is around 50 of he probably asked for 14, 15 million. They offered him maybe $10 million. And by the summertime, they'll give Mitchell 13.5, 1400 next year, and the year after that, 14.5. And I don't know. I hope if they could hold on to Mitchell for 3 years and offer him $15 million, I think you'll see the real reason why Mitchell wanted to stay here. And if we get him a point guard, then you'll really see the what Mitchell is really worth.
Yeah. Is that I heard Knicks can only max out for 12 million for 4 years. Is that true? I think they probably can give him at least that might, 48 million. I think they can go up to 55, Mike.
I think it's 54, 55 or something like that.
Something of that nature.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, I think Mitch is uber talented. I just think he don't get to show in New York because
ain't got a point guard.
They ain't got a point guard. Alex Burks be missing. I think Mitchell Robinson could put up 20 easy because they be missing him on alley oops. And Fournier is not he don't even think about passing when he get in the lane. He could be hitting hitting Mitch with alley oops and everything. I'm like, man, y'all be missing this dude like crazy. But you know what? When I seen him do the other night though, man, I was like, yo, this dude ain't got nothing for him.
And one other big thing, man, we always overlook this, no matter how many times we watch Mitch in these last 4 years that's Mitch been here. But Mitch is an offensive juggernaut on the rebounds, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's number 2 or 3 this year in offensive rebounds, man. Pay this man. Give this man 13 million, 13.5. I think he'll stay here. I think he'll stay here for 2 reasons, because I think him and RJ plays very well. And if we could get him a bona fide point guard to help out with RJ and maybe get away from Randall, I think we'll see Mitch a 20 and 10 almost every night. I believe that big time, man. I'm a homer for Mitch, man. I think you get him a point guard. Mitch has not had a point guard since he has been on the New York Knicks for the last 4 years, a bona fide point guard that's been here with him longer than 1 year. And if we could get Mitch a point guard, I think we could see some of the better parts of Mitchell Robinson's offensive game, because if you pass him the ball, he could score. The reason why he's scoring so much is because he's grabbing offensive rebounds. So, pick your poison.
Yeah. Yo, real quick, man. Y'all make sure y'all shout out my man Tone Crow, Knicks and Brutus. Tone Crow, my brother.
Yo, Black is time.
You already know this. Knicks Real Talk, MBK fam in the building. Thank you, Tone Crow, for coming in, my brother. One love. And make sure y'all get to check out the crossover on MBK with my man Tone Crow, Knicks and Brutus in the building. Queen Steph and everybody, man. Salute everybody down at MBK. You already know that family down there. You know how we got love for you guys. Tone Crow in the building for sure. Real talk. Yeah, I can. You think I could see us re-signing Mitch or sign a trade coming? That's possible. I could see that too, Jarvis. Real talk, that makes sense. I could see that. Yeah, we do need a point guard coach and that. Peter can salute Greg. You said we could offer him 4 for 48. I'll give him that, no problem. I'll give him that or more. Yeah, I think he's worth that. Hey, Fabian, I ain't want to go on either, man. That's real talk, brother. After that game, man, after that loss, I ain't want to even look at the TV when the nigga lost that game. Yes, sir. Tone Crow, my brother, you know what it is, man. But yeah, man. Hey, in about 6 minutes, we got to go down here and try to get a win. But the way it looks like, man, it looks like it's young gun time, man. If we want to see how tonight pan out for the Knicks, that's fine. But I do think after tonight, if we don't win tonight, I think you got to scrap the season. Let Deuce McBride start the rest of the season. Let Cam Reddish get 30 minutes the rest of the season.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Let Jericho Sims play that backup role the rest of the season.
Facts.
Just let them young guys develop, man. Hey, I would even bring up Luka Samanic.
Yeah, why not, right?
Bring them up, get them ready. You know what I mean? Get them ready for the season. Get them ready. Let them go through the whole rest of the NBA season, learning the nuance of the NBA. You know, go through all the rigor the ups and downs. Let these guys learn for the last 17, 18 games. And then when they come into training camp next year, depending on what we do in the off season, whoever going to be here, we go get it popping. A lot wise said Randall hard day with a 40 piece. I ain't mad at you, brother. I hope you can pull that off. Real talk. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. And I think Randall gonna have a bounce back game. He know he messed up the other night too. So I can see that a lot wise. You know, all I see, and I can see that because I do think he's gonna I think Randall gonna come out and get it popping him in all day tonight. That would be nice. Like I said, they just gotta get a win. My man Fabian said been 4 years plus veterans. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Once it's over, just get it. You know, and even if it's over, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta taste defeat. You know, you gotta accept the fact that we not gonna be there. And the quicker you come to reality with that, the quicker you can move on and let these cats develop, man. It's important that we let these cats develop though. But I want to see us get a pop tonight. I want to see Cam Reddish drop 20 tonight. Tibbs got to play that boy. Listen, Tibbs got to play that boy 30 minutes. Like
25.
No Obi Toppin, no Tom Gibson, no Noel. You got to play that boy 4. He got to be the backup 4 tonight behind Randall and a 3. So let's see if my man get it popping. You know, real talk. Final Soul, my brother, salute, Vinyl, salute to you. Yeah, man, but it's gonna be fun, man. We down in the City of Angels, man. You know, we gonna battle in the City of Angels tonight, man. Go down there to Staples Center, see if we can get a win. You know what I mean? We just need a win. And, you know, that game, that's what's so crazy. We had that. Hey, Shot Power, that whole game, I like, you know, Knicks about to win this.
Yeah, I was right there too, Divine, man. Even down to the last 2 minutes, I was like, we got a shot. We up like 5 points or something like that. Reddish back in. We okay. I think we could pull this off. And bam, zoom.
Yeah, man. It was. I just think, like I said, I feel we had that game where Randall got suspended and then he took out Cam Reddish. I'm like, Ted, what are you doing?
That killed it right there.
Oh, that killed it right there. And then because they started getting a little momentum because the Phoenix Suns started playing a little bit harder. I think Monty Williams got and said, all right, guys, y'all not scrapping hard enough. So I do think that they started playing a little bit harder. Yep. And then
we need this back to back.
Yep. And we still kept our composure. They got close, but we still were there. And then that damn 4-minute mark came, and I see him pulling every 40. I'm like, this shit about to go down. So like this, yeah, I seen it coming. Shop Howard, I'm telling you, Evan Fournier and was like a turnstile for the Knicks on defense this year, man. Yeah, man. I'm like, yo, this dude can't stay in front of nobody. And that it read as like we had. So it is what it is, man. That was funny, but I was like, damn, Tim, you killing me right now. I be trying to support Tibbs. I'm like, Tibbs, I can't support you no more, bro. You started to really cause us to look kind of iffy around here. So, but it was all good, man. You know, we lost, man, but we just got to keep the passion and the energy going, man. Keep the love for the Knicks. Whether we win or lose, we're in a good place going into next year. I believe that. I believe the picks is there. I believe the talent is there. I believe the expiring contracts is there. Yeah. Hey, Vinyl Soul, I'm 100% with you, man. I think we will too. But I do think that we're gonna be all right next year, man. I think the infrastructure is there. I think the infrastructure is in place. And that's a good thing. I think the cement is poured. We got an up and young coming star like RJ going to his 3rd year. This is his 3rd year, dude. You know what I mean?
Next year.
You know, I'm hoping they sign Cam Reddish and Mitchell Robinson. The priority to me is Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish, and Quentin Grimes. You got to make sure them 3 guys are on the Knicks next year. If you don't do nothing else, you make sure Quentin Grimes, Mitchell Robinson, and Cam Reddish come back. I think that's a must. You know what I mean? And you see how Jericho sends McBride, you see how they're going to pop the rest of the year. You know, that's why I'm hoping these 19, 18 games left that Tibbs Giddy got enough chance to play. So we can see where they at for the fan base to know, is McBride who we think he is? Or do we think he's G League McBride, or is he the real deal? So I'm really hoping to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really.
What's your score tonight, Divine? It's like
I'm going to go. I was close the other night too, man.
We both were.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 110 to 102 Knicks.
I'm going big numbers. I'm going big numbers again, man. I think the Knicks win 117 to 108.
Okay.
I think two of these guys tonight are really gonna turn out, man. I think Reddish, aside from Randall and RJ, I think Reddish and McBride are gonna have really, really good games tonight. I don't think we
Mm-hmm.
see much of Burks tonight, and I hope we don't see much of Fournier, especially in the fourth quarter.
A lot wide. I don't know if that's favoritism or not, or what,
That's
but
favoritism.
that's got to
That's
be
veteran
favoritism.
favoritism.
Yeah, because ain't nowhere in the world like I said, that's been Achilles' heel this year, man. Yeah, it's been him, especially when him and Kimmel was in there together. They could not stand in front of no point guards and shoot. And you know what? And Fournier, he's a 10-year veteran, but these young guys now is athletic. You know what I mean? They quick, they athletic, they strong. Fournier can't compete with these young boys up in here, man. Them young boys in the league now jump all over his head. You know what I mean? Or they out there, they just built like that. And I don't think he can keep up with these young boys down there. And that's why I think he's a definitely a minus to what we trying to do. But listen, man, y'all cats enjoy the game. It's a back to back, so I'll see y'all the same time tomorrow night. We be here Knicks, Sacramento tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. We get it popping. Then you'll salute to the whole chat, man. You already know you guys are the best, man. We talk, man. We appreciate y'all hanging there with us tonight. We gonna keep it popping. We'll be here tomorrow. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's get a win tonight. Let's go down to the City of Angels and clip some wings tonight or something, man. Let's clip some wings tonight. You know what I mean? And try to get a W, man. And but I see you guys tomorrow, same time, man. I'm out on location, on vacation. You know, but we here. Me and Shy Powers, we in the building. Salute to the guards, salute to Jarvis, Rob, Vinyl Soul, everybody, man. Tone Crow, you name it, everybody. Salute, man. Fabian. Salute to everybody, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all coming in, man. Real talk. Greg Peterkin, D. Ross, my man, Jarvis, Fabian, like I said, C. Lee, Mike Lugo, everybody, man. Let me get it popping. Esco, my brother, you already know what it is. And let's keep it going, man.
Chip Lover, my man C Love.
44. Thank you, C Love. Appreciate you as well. And all you cats, man. You know, Cash Out James, my man. You already know how we do. Everybody, man. It's Nick family, Frank Matos, West Palm, and always in the building with us, man. Salute. Let's go get it, man. Hey, I know we lose it, but let's try to get one, man. Let's try to get a win anyway. Get it for the fan base. Agent, Super Argo, my man. Salute to you as well. I ain't leaving out nobody. We on the roll call right now. Let's get it popping, man.
You already.
My man, once again, man, child, cash out again, everybody. But listen, man, salute everybody, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Knicks Real Talk, Shaw Powers. We here, man. We ain't going nowhere, man. We here all 82 games for sure, man. We're going to keep it popping. And we'll see you guys later. Word up. Let's get it. Knicks Real Talk. We out. Peace. Hey, my man, hey, Jarvis, I'm not a tanker neither, my brother. I like to play to win, and I like to play to win. I'll never want to deal with the tank thing. But like you said, the way it's going, we might just tank ourselves because but I'm not about to tank. I'm about keeping it grind and trying to win. Winning cures all to me. So that's my answer on that, man. Sorry I didn't catch it earlier, man, but salute to the chat. Peace, everybody. We see y'all. Enjoy the game. Peace.